full of cold, man. As soon as I got back to Spain, so annoying. I suppose it's like, get it now and get it out of the way before Christmas. Anyway, roof's not working. I don't know what's happened. It's been tampered with here and there. You can see that the hydraulic pump's been, it's even got a date on it of 20, so I looked at my Convertible. It's done 30,000 miles since it's had whatever's happened to it, and you can see where one of that, obviously that cable is snapped, and I've rerouted that, and that's back in. That's holding the liner in, but it's just not lifting up. I don't know if it's, I don't know. I can hear a little click come from the back, but you don't hear that noise to like start it. So is the power, this is the problem, right? Is the power getting to the hydraulic pump, right, motor? If so, you'd hear the noise. However, you can't test it with a multimeter because you need to be in the boot, right, when the roof is coming down. You can't have the boot open because you can't engage the roof with the boot open. You can't access the boot from behind the seats because there's a, what's it called, man? Aye, bulkhead. There's a bulkhead behind it, so you can drop the seats, but there's an actual bulkhead behind it. So you wouldn't be able to be inside and test, because it's in like the, well, spare wheel. Well, there isn't a spare wheel. Doesn't even look like it'd ever fit one. Test it while pressing the button. So, I don't know what to do. Take the motor off and hot wire it to a 12 volt. I don't really want to do that, like. But I do need to find out whether that's working. The guys fucking showed me it worked, and it's just like, had one go at it and it's worked. It was really slow, actually. It was really slow when he was doing it. Whether that's, I don't know, it's not getting enough juice there, or I don't know. I'll have to do some digging. More digging. I see every panel out with the boots off at the minute. Sick. It wasn't sensors at all. It was the motor maybe, and so give it a bit of a tap, and had to give it some revs to get it up, but I've had it completely down, and I've just bringing it up. I'm just wanting to check everything while it's up, make sure everything's the same on both sides, because obviously we've had a few tension straps snap, so fingers crossed. Up and down now. Thank God. Must have been stressful because it was working when I bought it, which is the annoying thing. It's gradually getting better and better as well, it's quicker and quicker, which is good. It's like famous last words. It pauses a couple of seconds. You think, and we're back in the game. Took a bit of a turn, but I'm just going to quickly get it with the brake and the rain. Just going around checking. These have got some pretty deep curbs, so I've just sanded back the roachy bits. I'll get some filler in there. I'm doing it when I've got the old tyres on, because they're all scabbed all the way over. The only one that's kind of missed curbs and stuff seems to be this back one. It needs a little bit there, but all in all that's not too bad. Obviously I'm going to sand them all back, primer, paint, clear coat them, but I'm going to do that after I put the new tyres on, because I don't want them to damage the new tyres, the new wheels, sorry, new refurbished wheels, putting the new tyres on. So that is my plan. It's not obviously the highest priority at the minute, I think. I'm hoping the oil leaks actually just, the bottom oil pan needs a new gasket on, or there's a leak from the filter, or it could be just something anyway, something minor. The real issue is this back end. Potentially that front bush has gone. This may have a snap spring. It's definitely lower than the other side wobbles, so I'm guessing that could be bottom arms or something like that. The bush probably left the chat. This side is whoa, 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 whoa. But you see how it's, I don't know if you can see from here, but that is so much higher than the other side. Look at all these tyres, man. Look at that. I don't even know how he's done that. Really terrible driver. But that is, yeah, that's what we're going to be tackling today. Just get these alloys ready to get some filler in, get them at a point, because it's Newcastle United Sunderland, so I'm only going to be out here for an hour. In a bit. When we first go using this Parkside, I just cut a sanding disc, 80 P80 to size off another one, just to get the rims. There's no issue bubbling, corrosion, anything like that on the inside. It's just the rims have got a little bit of a rash going on. It's just gone round each one. It's gotten to a point where I'll pick up on the little bits that need some filler, and then get them all primed up and sorted. So that's the part of the wheel part that I was going to do today done. That's kind of good though. Handy little thing. I used to be a battery operated power tools guy, obviously with drills and stuff like that, you know what I mean. When it comes to polishing and sand and stuff like that, constant power, no dropping torque or anything like that, just And you don't have to worry about charging batteries. Happy days. Disclaimer. Every video that I post, I'm learning as I go. I am not a professional. This is complete DIY, do it yourself, save some money, flip some cars, relive your youth, try and bring life back into cars that haven't been loved. Just enjoy it. It was a hobby, but now I've got to do it a little bit more seriously, but here we go. Just gonna mix up some of this. I think it's Spanish version of GB well, to be honest, but it's metal, 100 degree stuff. That'll work for hopefully my alloys. I'm going to give that a go. I'm going to rough up the surface, and I haven't got much of it, so I'll just do a test spot to make sure it's going to work. And I'll do it on this bit here, because you can see this bit here, it's got a bit of a lip going up there as well. So I'll get that in there. I'll dry it off first and see if that works. Just got the old Dremel out just to give this a final little prep. Just make sure there's no paint on there. Oh. Also gives it a rougher surface with this. You can see it coming off. There's more texture to that than the 80 grit that I was using on the sanding disc. So I'm going to get that prepped up. I've just degreased. I've dried it off. Me a little, and we'll stick some on. Let that go off for a while, to be honest, before I start like sanding it again. I'm obviously going. I might just try and find like a playing card or something just to chuck in that bit, build it up higher than I need to, and then sand it to the profile needed. So that's that filler on. This side went on. Obviously going to be a little bit more generous than need to. You always sand it back. Sometimes I do this. I start off like that, and then depending on how deep it is, like this one was deeper, I'll start off like that, and then once I've got it packed in, I'll lip this tape up, which then follows the contour of the wheel. And it'll go off, pull the tape off, and you've got a nice neat edge. There you can see there, it's a little bit higher than what it needs to, which is good. It's not quite set yet, so I'll just let that set and sand it back, get it a nice shape. This one is thicker, so this one may need a little bit more. It's hard to tell because I don't know if I've built it up quite high here and it looks like it drops down that lip, so I may just need a tiny bit more in there, but it's pretty straightforward from here on out. Let that set, whip the tape off, sand it to a point and see if you need a little bit more, and then just touch a little bit more in. Then it's just a case of hand sanding most of this. Obviously clean the wheels, get it all sanded, scuffed, primer paint, clear. But I'll do that in another video. They are pretty much good to go for next stage. That's that done, feathered out, that side as well. So fixed. Just gonna jack up the car now. That under tray needs to come off. I need to check where this leak's coming from. Annoyingly, I've got an angled driver, so it's higher up that end. So jack stands at the ready. It's not really that cold, but I'm not feeling well. Don't really want to have to do anything this week, but it's the last week before Christmas. Friday 19th, mate gets here, so that'll be me done for 10 days. I need to get this car jacked up. I want to find out where this leak's coming from. I'm taking it to my local garage, who's gonna get up on the ramp for me, because it's just so low to the ground. See what the back end's doing, so I can get those parts ordered. In January I'll get the rest fitted. For God's sake, not even close, man. Not even close. Right, this is I put myself in these positions because I'm trying to save these cars that haven't been loved, and this one had a service light on it that was, when I bought it, 1,400 over, which, sorry, 3.5 over after I've driven here. So that's why I buy them, because they're not being loved, bring them back. But, you know, I'm looking in here, and apart from it being dirty, you know what I mean, it's just need to clean. There's nothing to suggest anything leaking from anywhere near the top. This is broken off. I need to fix that. Let's get this off. We're all good here. I've already checked this out. It's got to be at the bottom end somewhere. And like, obviously it dries well because I've got it all the way here, and it pulls well. The miles per gallon's good, and it's not really losing much oil, even though it's dripping on the bottom. It's obviously losing some somewhere. Not to the extent where it's like gushing out, but you know, it's a nice looking car. How well loved it's been. Yeah, it's seen better days. It's obviously a one that used to have secondary filter. Right, this, I don't want to break this because I haven't got one. It's pretty dirty. Had quite a few leaves in. It's got a date on it, but it's actually perishing. Blueprint. Well, I've really push the boat out with the parts as well, haven't they? I will say one thing actually, bear in mind it's 2008. These vac lines in bad condition, they're not brittle or anything. My X5 about 5 years ago, I had to replace them all, which was an absolute ball ache, because mine had all perished. Like, you were lucky to have any of this fabric sheathing on the outside. You see, I can't even see any oil from the top here on the bottom part. I can see a bit maybe over there, down the bottom. That's turbo intake, potentially. That's a bit, let's have a look, let's get my hand in there. Yeah, let's investigate that a bit more from above, I suppose. But apart from that, yeah, gotta be, see that? Yeah, the oil filter housing has oil on it, but it doesn't look like it's kind of like, looks like congealed. It's not like it's gushing out. Yeah, you see all these clips here have all been snapped. Someone's took this off like an idiot and not pried it off. That's power, that's the main power. I just thought there, well, my E70 X5 doesn't have a jack, and when my mate was scrapping his E93, I think they are, the previous X5, I said, oh, can I have your jack please? So this is a BMW jack, and this will fit under, fingers crossed, the E93. So maybe we will get jacked up today. Let's see what we'll go. Let's see how we go. Yeah, that was really difficult. That was heavy, it felt heavier than the bloody X5. Right, let's go and have a little inspect. Let's get some jack stands underneath here. Axles stands. See how far I can get under and get messy. It's going to be quite hard to work out exactly where it's come from. But you can see when it runs, it starts running, obviously from the front somewhere. Drips, heavy drips here. Well, heavy like concentration of it around here. But that obviously could be because it's running from somewhere to there, and obviously everything goes backwards, even to the point where it's splashing all the way down. Here seems to be alright. That's the gearbox up there. Could be a little damp. We'll have to look. Hard to see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the jet wash under there, give it a good clean, get underneath with the jet wash and blast it away so we can actually see more clearly where it comes from with a nice fresh start. Looks like it's had a blowout sometime in its life. This in a straight line like that, all the way on the inside of the archway. I'm sure it is, that's rubber. I'm keeping this. I'll pin it on my bin board. But how long that's been there, never been cleaned off. It was stuck on like full on all the way around. That's the only thing I can think of really, because it's rubbery. Oh, it's been like flapping around. Don't know. Either way, this bottom side of it's clean now. I'm going to leave it dry. I think that's all I can really do for the time being. About Thursday, I'm getting up on the ramp, give it a little test and see if the leaks return. Well, the leaks will return, but hopefully the leaks will return and be obvious. So when it gets up on the ramp, drop the tray, boom, there. Cause I think there's potentially a couple actually. There's far too much oil under there just for one bit. It's dark black as well, so I don't think it's gearbox oil. Although that C-Class had black automatic gearbox oil come out when that was getting serviced. So whether this one's, I assume this one's not been serviced in a while either, because it's not been looked after at all. It's shocking. Honestly, it's heartbreaking, man. Why do people shouldn't be allowed cars? It's had a bit of a wet sand polish, so I used I went for 10,000 straight away just to see if I could really just like the faint ones, and it's just like paper, pointless. So I went 1200 and that's it. 1200 wet, and then abrasive compound using that Parkside again. Obviously when it comes to me having to polish it all up, I'll use my DA liquid elements, but it is a handy little tool. Small little areas and stuff like that. Cleans it pretty well. I've just been going around doing a few. There was a key mark ever so slightly, you can still see it just down here. May not even come out on camera, ever so slightly, but it was up like that, round, down. There was a couple of scratches that way and a scratch up here. I tend to just have a little go at this boot bit, which I have actually got out. However, I know I've got major damage here from where people stole the spoiler. Clear coat is coming off on the bumper, so that's gonna have to get redone. And there was scratches in the top, which I think I may have to go again, but there was like about 7 scratches going like that. How, I don't know. Just see this one, and there's another one I can just see now actually. There, only faint, but I'll get them out, so that means I don't have to do the roof. There's also, I need to go at this again because there's another bit there, but there's quite a few running along that bit. And also, same place on this side. So either someone's had long nails when they're sitting in the back and they're going like this, or people have been hopping over LA style. But yeah, this is actually rust there. There's a little scratch there, which probably would have come out, but by the time we've gonna have to fix that, so just paint the whole thing. And there's a bit there, which obviously that's, yeah, down to metal as well. Just gonna be prepped and sanded. Another bit there. There's not many stone chips, surprisingly, but obviously all these ones that are here will be gone. It's like a rock chip. So I'm just getting into this bumper, which had some peeling, clear coat. This has been redone, this bumper, because that is so thin. And as I've gone to air dry it, blow it off as well. See here, it's lifted up and flaked out. There's no way that's original BMW. And you can just see in the crack there, they didn't take the bumper off to fix it, blowing away the air. Clear, where it's started to lift up. So the bumper's going to take a little bit more work than I thought. We'll have to paint it as well. But hopefully I might save myself a job. Just gone and put some neat paint in there. And I'm going to get my tungsten bit, scrape it away, see if I can actually repair it while I'm going to do the bumper. I might as well give it a shot, if it can be done. Save me some time and some money. It probably won't save me some time, some money actually, because I've already bought the paint, but never mind. Yeah, that's smooth now. That's not, I need to do that again. Morning. So I've still not too well, but I've dug out the, where's the mouse? It's the only thing I've really got just to get into little areas, just to get the big areas done on the alloys, which I've pretty much done on this wheel. I'm going to go check over that wheel, make sure there's no shiny bits, and then hand sand the rest of it, or get a little bit of sandpaper and attach it to the end of my drill and get in there. And we're on the other side, just finishing that wheel off. Still got this one to do. Still unsure what to do about this bonnet. I filled it with some paint like I did this one here. You can still see it. I may attempt it again. Be more patient. Leave it to dry properly instead of heating it. Gotta love the front end of the E-Class, like, haven't you? Obviously, once it's all done, you think about it, that's 17, 18 years old. God, they age well. Look how clear these lights are, man. Totally factory clear. Obviously he's upgraded this will end up with a Spanish number plate, which will make the back end look better, because everyone knows yellow number plates look shite. Obviously this bumper needs doing, still probably needs a little bit more of a sand. That's now smooth, all done, lovely. Just contemplating what to do here, whether to get a lip spoiler, which will cover probably, hopefully, all of the scratches, and it saves me having to do the whole boot. I prefer it without, but then again, I'm buying it to flip. Let's have a look, see how much they are. It's all set up, ready for the ramp. I'm going to go take it down to my mate's garage and hook it up there and inspect this back end and hopefully find a nice simple fix for the leak. The sun's coming out. Hey! Let's hope it stays up for Christmas, because we go to the beach. It's Europe's biggest beach party on Christmas Day, and there's thousands of people, and it's always been 20 to 25 degrees. The weather forecast, though, is not on our side. It's up and down, but it's always better than what it says it is, and sometimes it disappears. So hopefully, that's it. Ho ho ho! Today, I meant to go to its garage, get it up on the ramp, and check this back end, especially this corner, just to see if shock's gone, check all the bushes, check where the leak's coming from for this, and order parts. Half an hour job, easy. And then order the parts, get it in time for January, second week of January, something like that. Book it in, just get him to do it, because I can't work on this gradient. It's 30 centimeters or 26 drop from the back of that wheel to the back front wheel. So he rings us, sorry, he didn't ring us, he texts us, sorry, you can't get this car's stuck on the ramp still, I'm gonna have to reappoint. Well, that's, can I come the end of business day, can I come first thing tomorrow? No reply. So fucked, totally fucked till fucking January now. And the place I get parts from takes 7 to 10 days, because Autodoc is the place to order them from. To be honest, Autodoc owns pretty much every single parts shop online now anyway. So you sort of can't avoid it, but they are the cheapest. Fucking annoying though. I can't even, I made like a makeshift sandwich, some pieces of wood to get it up the level, and it's too fucking low. Because I want to at least be able to do some service and get the oil dropped, check the oil leak myself. See, if I ordered ramps online, I don't even know if the gradient would be too steep for that car. I've got a feeling it probably will be. So what I may have to do, hand jack, then put axle stands in, and then get the pump jack to get it higher, and then get the axle stands higher, and then do the same to the other side. But on a gradient, it's dodgy. It's really dodgy. I've only got 2 axle stands. I could probably do with like 4 actually, if I'm going to do that. It's risky having just 1 on each corner, like, innit? Fuck. Parts ordered for the BMW. Back in the shed after New Year, getting things together. I've got my present for my daughter. How beautiful is that? I'll put beer open at the back. Love it. So, yeah, just rewriting my list of stuff that needs to be done to this E93. Rear boot light, which is what is actually on the boot part of it, because there's 2 separate ones. On the right hand side, I think the fog light, that's out. I've got to get an airbag sensor. The suspension oil service stuff and filter and things like that I've ordered, because the shocks on the back left is really bad. And it's like in the wet and you're at speed and you go over a bump, and it's good fun, but also like dangerous as hell. It needs a new radio. I don't know if there's going to be a hack that's going to fix the pixelation. It works at times, you see, especially when you first start, it seems to be all right, and gradually it just decides to go bleh. Typical BMW interior trim handle. Bear in mind this is a UK car, so it's hardly had any sun. Left hand side front, it's gone all sticky. Done that, so many. The glove box locks closed and doesn't open properly. That is a common error on these, I think, when I've been looking online. It doesn't seem to look like there's anything wrong with it, but it doesn't. It just locks itself shut. Rear cigarette hatch is broken in the middle. Right left trim has been damaged. Somehow I'm going to try and either fix that or new one. Bodywork. Rear bumper. It was just a bit of peeling clear, but since I've shown the videos of me prepping that, that's ready to paint. The boot also needs doing, because there is other spots and all those scratches from where someone's stolen the boot lip spoiler. That's going to have to get repainted. The bonnet, still not sure about that in a minute. Wheels need to be finished, and I need to work out what I'm going to do about tyres, because the rear tyres are kind of alright, but the front tyres don't match. The rear tyres are kind of borderline on the inside, probably within the limit, but whether it'll go through ITV on a strict ITV for import, I don't know. So maybe I'll leave them for now and see if it goes through with the budget, because of the C180 Mercedes that has cost me a fortune. I'm still up in the air what to do about that one. So yeah, that's my list. And I'm sure there's probably other stuff on there, and it's quite a big list, to be honest. Just off the top of my head, I can see I've already spent 130 on the suspension and oil. Autodoc is the one. But I'm looking at, like, hopefully a radio 30, 40, boot light 30, 40, airbag sensor 50, interior trim handle 10, glove box, I don't know about those trim parts there yet. As far as paint goes, got everything apart from the wheel paint, but I might rattle can. I've got plenty of clear up there, but I might rattle can the wheels and tyres. See how we go in a bit. So it's time to do the matte sensor on the get the airbag light off and get that repaired and fixed. Looks like there's 5 T50 bolts here. There's 2 on this side, this one, and 3 on this side. Get the seat really high up, out the way, forward and up as high as you can, and chair right back now. And what I'm going to do is get it lifted up from the front to see what I can see before I disconnect the battery again. Yes, thing's heavy. So I've got to now, I think, probably peel back the fabric from the corner back over to then get the old sensor that's in there out. I'm sure it runs up there around the back and tucks in, and then it goes backwards and forwards. Once I get that out, I'm going to get the exact part number. I'm going to do this right. Know this emulator, dangerous. You don't know who you're going to sell it to. And if you've got a kid in the front car, in a seat, especially in a 2-seater convertible, you know, might not fit in the rear too. especially in this kind of car. You don't want to be risking anyone's life, so do it properly. That's all I'm going to say. So it's up on the bench and basically removing the side, this bit first. It's got a few tabs that pop out and then disconnect, and then this one was on there like that, which is just two T25s maybe, and then you've got this runner that runs along this here. No, that's free. You had to also remove this screw here and just pop that off of there just to get that out the way, just to start the process. It's a case of pushing down and pulling up because it grips onto these little metal tabs here. So I'm going to flip this around and do the other side. So it's both sides loose now. This side less to take apart, probably a bit more fight to get it off because it was probably latched onto something each corner, and hopefully I'll be able to just pull that back and access the actual sensor. And there we have it. Foam is loose. So I've been told about these metal clips, which is going to be annoying because I'm going to have to work out how to re-clip this afterwards. Whether I keep the metal clips in and put a new hole, the cable tie, that might be a best idea, I think. Yeah, instead of cutting them off. But I should reveal, there it is. Let's just check. Yes, it's a real BMW part. Okay. Try and gauge how old it is. I don't know if it's been looked at before this one or not, but right on. So I got fully accessible here. I didn't even need to cut these. So what I've done is, some of them were really close together. So you just widen that gap and you can get it off the little rail. Same as this one. These ones down here, same again. And you get it to about there and you can access the whole thing. Let's go and get the part ordered. So we've got the seat sensor out. Seat sensors out and ordered. I wanted OEM. You can get AliExpress, but God knows what happened with them. I'm going to try an OEM used, €30, see how that goes. It's with global parts and they're normally quite good. So if that works, happy days. If it doesn't work, send it back, money back, no problem. Lights, man, honestly. So obviously the LEDs are gone. Water ingress, as per usual with these things. However, I've got exactly the same because I've got the X5 and it was also the boot one, water ingress. I paid like 35 quid for a brand new one. Obviously not like BMW, but still perfect fitment, look the bollocks, no issues at all. 35 quid. I was looking online, 90 quid was the cheapest one, all for second hand. New, over 200 quid, and I'd just seen one there. It was 20 something quid. Plus 20 something quid. Ovoco, I've used them before as well, and I just pulled the trigger as soon as I seen it because I've been looking for ages and I just seen one. 45 quid for a second hand one. To be honest, getting a second hand one's not always a bad thing because it's weathered the same as the other ones. You get a brand spanking new one, it just goes pew, you know what I mean? So pulled the trigger on that. So there's 100 quid, well 90, 80, boom, done. So that's about 200 quid I've spent. 110 something quid I've spent on parts. This is all for getting like the ITV test ready parts done first. Just looking at the list here. Interior door handle, I need to order that. Both sides actually, when I was inspecting it there. Normally it's just on the inside on BMWs when you pull on the door and it's that bit that gets sticky, but this one here, it's the actual like other side as well, which is normally that perforated sort of leather look, but never seen that. So find that, but that's cosmetic, you see. What am I looking here? Tyres, front tyres, definitely need to order them. Just getting onto these scratches here. I'm gonna dolphin glaze, just only small. These little ones here. I've already scuffed this back, so I'll get the colour onto that and then blend from here onwards. Let's come down a bit there. Annoyingly that one there, because I was going to hopefully try and keep to this edge all the way along. There's the odd few bits here and there. So that's filler done. Just getting a bit of the dolphin glaze in the tiny little cracks. I'll leave that for a while. It's pretty cold. Humidity is actually lower than it has been for a long time. We're in the 40s, but the temperature's only just hit 12. So doing these tiny little dots. I'm going to try and smart repair these bits without having to do the whole bonnet. And then these bits here, I'm obviously painting the whole rear bumper. However, this I'm going to try and blend here, and then I'm going to have to do a little bit there and there as well. Want it to look spot on. Shed's an absolute mess because I've still got this seat here. I'm still waiting on this. This ain't coming until the 13th. I've also got the light, which isn't really a bit, I'm not really too bothered about that, although water could be getting in the boot. It's kind of just missing the runoff for the roof, thank God, so that's good. I've got front tyres arriving, so I can get the front tyres on and then I can do the respray of the alloys, because I don't really want them to be doing it with the newly sprayed wheels. I need to get caliper paint because they need cleaning up. I'm also going to clean up the hub on the front because the rears are brand new. Fronts aren't that old, but they've gone a bit rusty, but let's just paint them up, make them look nice as well. And I'm waiting still, hopefully it'll be coming this week, potentially Friday, for all the service stuff and the rear shocks. So obviously I want to be doing the rear shock at the same time as doing that caliper and that wheel. So that's why I'm getting on with other jobs, really, or trying to get on with other jobs. Even though we've got no supplies. We need supplies. On the subject of supplies, down to one left. Got about half in the fridge at the minute left over. So let's go and grab one of them, shall we? In a bit. In the E93, off to get the front tyres fitted. Just remembered I've got to do the alternator on this as well. Sounds like a supercharger. Typically it's a 180 amp, which there's less of, which means I'm going to have to search a little more. I think about 70 for a recon one. New in the 200, something like that, annoyingly. Because you can pick up at one, like the cheaper, smaller ones, 110s and 150s for like 100 new. But let's search for one of them. But no front seat, which means I can put my tyres. Just take them for a little spin. Smells lovely in here. Love it. Right, I've started the wheels. I found a crack on this one though, the one that was going down. So I've done a temporary repair on it, which is a bit of JB. It's only a tiny little hairline one. Just painted up the drums there. I'm waiting for the paint for the calipers to arrive, and knocked down a coat onto that one that needs repairing. I thought I'd get a start on it as I had it off anyway. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain that. You can patch repair the JB weld if it's a tiny little hairline crack and it's right on the rim. So I've deflated it and put it on, and I'm going to leave it set for about 24 hours. That's why I just thought I'd paint up the rest of it while it was off. See what it's like tomorrow, pump up with it, stick some soap on it, see if anything comes through. If it doesn't, sound, and then I'll drive it for a bit and see if it's any better or worse. Whew, it's cold. And then, depending on what the crack is with that, literally what the crack is, I'll send that in to get fixed. I'll just take it to somewhere where they can just alloy weld it and get onto the right hand wheel. And once the right hand wheel's done, that's the front end sorted, apart from service, and I'm waiting for those service parts. So it's cold, man. It's getting warmer. 17 degrees on Friday and 22 on Monday apparently. It's currently 6. Delivery day, we've got auto dock arriving, which is all the service and parts and the rear shocks. What else is coming? It's caliper spray paint, which helps because it means I can finish that front end, get that new wheel on, done, get this wheel off, fix the rear shock, do the caliper, paint the wheel, put that on, and then I can flip the car around, do the same on the other side, and then jack it up from the front, get the oil drained, and what I'm waiting for a rear light, which I've had to reorder because of Voco, after a week of ordering, whoever it was that's and the partner that they use said it's been cancelled and it's going to take 5 to 10 days for your money back as well. So basically 17 days from order I might get my money back, and in that period of time I'm just waiting, twiddling my thumbs. So I've had to order another one which was more expensive, nearly double. I've got the handle for this door, but it's currently jacked up, so I'm not going to mess around with that at the minute. Hopefully that's straightforward. And I am waiting on, I found an alternator from a Breakers not far from me, which is good. €72, which is really good for a 180 ampere, and it's a Velio, so it's absolutely what would come on the BMW. And I'm waiting on the matte sensor, which is a point actually. I need to chase that up because I can't remember who I ordered it with. It might be UPS that says it's delayed. That might be not coming on Monday. It's Friday now, and the weather's getting better. Hey, didn't look at with this setup at the minute, like, but it's currently 12 degrees and we're only just past 9 o'clock in the morning, so we can hopefully get cracking on this the next few days and progress. I may even have a full respray job on a customer car as well. Ford Focus Estate. It's got a terrible sun blistering, so all the clear coat's coming off. So get out that one in a bit. That's arrived, that's good. Just picked that up. This wheel has been repaired, no more leaks. It's just getting painted up. I like using towels when I'm doing brake calipers because you can really get in the gaps and then I just hold it with some tape. It's easier than sticking tape to the metal. Waiting for the paint on that, it's going to take ages to get you cement there. And waiting on auto dock delivery so I can actually get serviceable parts. But happy days with that, €72. Jobs are good. So that's the bonnet and the boot done. I've just dolphin glazed the stone chips. It's all ready for paint now. There's quite a few. Obviously once I started doing that one and I knew I had to blend it and then when I have the clear coats I had to scuff it back. There's obviously so many stone chips that I thought I'd best do. I've just noticed a bit I haven't missed there actually. The boots, same as a boot. Made sure I've got everything going down to this line here. Going to give it some colour here and then just fade out the colour and then clear coat the rest. And it's probably going to need a bit of a cut and polish because like most BMWs it's always pretty flat, but there is a little bit of orange peel, factory orange peel, so we'll see how that goes. Just going to sand that last little bit down that I've noticed and waiting for caliper paint and hopefully that arrives soon. When you've been waiting for deliveries all day you just want them in a certain order. Never mind, I got auto docks here. This one is my oil, so don't need that at the moment. This one is filters and shocks. Just haven't got the paint yet for calipers. I'm currently taping up the car ready for paint. I haven't done that front bit yet, but I've started here. Soft edge on there, done all this trims, not taking the bumper off, but I have managed to get right in the cracks. I still need to tape off the bottom splitter or whatever it is. Just it's not actually a painted colour, but let's get this auto dock open. If this was my own car I would be getting more expensive parts than this, but it's to sell, so it's Ridex all the way. Air filter, boom. These are top strut mounts, Ridex, boom. And another one, oil filter. This will have the copper washer in as well. And last but not least, the shocks, which surprisingly cheap. I think they were like, I can't even remember, but they weren't expensive. Happy days. Ooh, is that another delivery? Come on. And I need a shed just to store oil. I keep on buying 10 litre, but it needs 5.4 litres in that BM. 10 litres, 54 quid. Euros, no brainer. And then you've got spares. It means I can do a bit flush on it because that was really dirty and it hasn't been done for a while, so I'll probably use 2 litres just to cycle through. And yeah, again I'm like, I need the caliper paint. That's what's holding me back at the minute. It's up on the jacks, it needs the caliper paint. Spray that, get the wheel on, drop it down, get on the back, start the bloody shocks. And in typical Spanish fashion, Amazon next day delivery has not arrived. It's dark outside and I've left all my tools out because I've been sat inside waiting for the delivery and I can't do anything until I get this one. So it's time to wrap it up and hope it comes tomorrow. Ah! Of course it turned up. It's 7:30 at night, so I'm getting a coat on. Love it. It's the morning and I've stuck on a second coat. Look at them. Much better. Quickly pop the shop and then let them dry, get that wheel on there, drop that, lift that, crack on with that. Come on, let's do this. In touch, I didn't buy these, we're already on it, but let's see what it looks like. Probably get some new ones of these. Pop that in. There we go. That's better. Yes. Alright, wheels up, off, and accessing the top of this strut shock up the top up there. It's in that hole there, just in there. So I think what I might do is raise the roof. Hopefully then I can get some sort of access about there. Be a bit easier to see. Doesn't look like it's going to rain. Beautiful blue skies. It's on jack stands, it's still on that as well. Maybe I'll loosen this bottom bolt first, make sure I can actually get that loose because it might be stiff. Well, that's the first success. On the back end, got the bottom bolt out. Wasn't too bad, to be honest. WD-40. Let's get this roof put up and try and access the top of this shock. Look at the state of this. But yeah, what better access there? Get access to the top of it. Got the bottom off. Just have to retape everything. Let's crack on. So the one that came off doesn't actually look that bad, to be honest. But might as well stick a new one on. Only a fiver. So no brainer really. Let's get this one out and get the shock out. Right, pull this shock down and it should lift out. There we go. Oh. Totally gone. Look at that. Totally, absolutely shot, that is. No spring back at all. Well, that's good, because that means I've diagnosed it correctly. Buzzing. I wasn't actually going to do a video on this handle, because I've done this before. The X5, and it's dead straightforward, the X5. Pry off the top bit, screw, take it off, put the in, stick the new piece on, done. E90s, E93 this one. Take off the trim panel, it goes all the way along with the pry tool. 4 screws, 2, 3, 4 screws. Pry the bottom of the card, unscrew this screw, and this should release the door card. What else is holding it on? And even then, it's not coming off. I'm gonna have to look a bit more into this. Prise and lift. I'm gonna take out just the electrical connections, because you've got to remove these plastic rivets that they've put in. What, honestly, what were they thinking? I don't understand. This car is technically newer than the X5. So how have they gone from that bad handle design, where it gets sticky, to this one, yet made this one harder to replace? Idiots. So once you've got cables off, this is the top part of the handle, this is the bottom part of the handle. You need to remove these plastic, whatever they are, and these two. And the kit that I bought came with 4 screws, so you can screw the new handle back on. Reassemble, go and have a drink. Stupid design. Anyway, got them off, bang bang, stick this one in the other side, just like that. That'll sit like that coming through, screw, 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 back on. Jobs are good. Sun has risen on a Sunday morning. It's not that cold, I'm just layered up anyway. A little bit of wind at the minute, but it's dying off, so I may actually get on paint today. Is waiting for the all the shock dust covers, bumps, because this won't come off. I got next day delivery. Yes, it will deliver on Sunday apparently, but don't hold me to that. As we know, they're not very good. So if that comes today, it means I can finish that corner, but I'm not holding my breath. It's going to be here anytime before 2-3 o'clock. So hopefully this wind dies down a little bit. I'm going to get the boot bonnet taped up, and I'm going to get some paint down. Christmas time, there's no need to be afraid. It's Christmas time. Right, that's all prepped. Fingers crossed the wind does die down when it's forecast to, and then it'll be with the base coat and the bits of base coat, little bits here and there, and then clear down. Still need to clean bits of the roof, but we're hoping that Amazon out for delivery, so I can get that back end done as well. Could be a busy day, could be a shit day. Find out. With a little hack, let's see if I can fix the bubbly Alcantara BMW M Sport seats with sandpaper. Let's give it a go. Do a quick close-up of this spot. Let's just aim for this bit first. Right, I am gonna go really low sandpaper because I don't know if it's gonna work. Yes, look at that. So this bit's actually all right. You can see all the bits that are coming off on the sandpaper. I'm just doing it very gently. Obviously it would be a lot easier if it was actually in the car, but it's just pull it, look, all the bits. Yes, absolute winner before and after. I'm going to try this with 2 hands now. Absolutely buzzing with that. And I've got this bit down here to do. I'll try and set up the camera so I can actually do it 2-handed. That's amazing, that is. Right, got the camera set up so you can hopefully see this a bit better. I was using 400 grit sandpaper here. I'm just going to get a new piece. It's not that easy because it's a bit loose, this fabric, because it's not connected at the minute. But I'm just going to run it straight down, straight up maybe. Bringing all those knob bubbles off. Look at that. That's just class. Just bringing off all the bubbles. A little bit there. That is 2008 seat. So this is getting on, what, 18 years old. And with a little bit of sandpaper, brought some life back into it. Obviously I'll put the whole seat back together. Put the whole seat back together and I'll do it when it's in the car. So it's nice and tight and I'll be able to like give it proper finish. But that's phenomenal. Obviously that's what it should look like because this isn't worn as much. And now we've got no bubbles. Absolutely mint. Happy days. Just waiting on the matte sensor. Ta-dong! The old one there. That's got to be the best hack I think I've done potentially ever. Because I was really curious what to do. You can get those machines and lint removers or whatever, but I don't know if it would have got all it right down so it's nice and flat. That hack has got to be worth, not that I ever normally do this, a like and a share, like, because come on, look at that, man, buzzing, because they were tatty. It's crazy actually that this passenger seat is the worst one in the car. I don't know why, but the driver's seat doesn't seem to be that bad, but now the passenger seat's just as good. Come on, let's go. 3 jobs at once, just finishing off the inside of that wheel, getting this prepped ready for paint, and as per usual waiting for delivery to get dust covers and bumps for the rear. So I can get that on, wheel on, drop it, paint, waiting for this wind to piss off, and we'll hopefully see some progress to the back end. First pass clear down. It's looking nice. Bit difficult with this lighting to see the reflections, but still got another probably 2 coats to put down, and then it'll probably need a flat and polish. We're getting there, and I've just had confirmation that the delivery is on its way, so might even get the rear shock finished today. It's not perfect, but with a bit of correction later. It's got probably a bit too much orange peel in places, but it'll be alright. Bottom bumpers have come out really well. Top's got a few little bits in, which I might be able to just see out. Can't quite see that bumper, and I've got a run on the other corner bumper. I need more space. When I move house, I will make sure the driveway is bigger. So I've dropped the wheel out the bottom. Just about to get the filter out. I got a feeling this is going to be terrible. Let's have a look at this then, shall we? It's pretty black. Rubber seal's completely compressed, but I don't see metal, which is good. Pretty clean really, actually, to be honest. The oil's not, but the lack of metal bits is good. Dirty. I am going to chuck a little bit of cheap oil in that I've got lying around. I'm not going to waste the long life BMW stuff for that, and it'll just go straight through. Yeah, copper washer and rubber washer. Get these on, crack on. There we go, there we go. off with the old and with the new. This was on, this is meant to be 24 Newton meters. It was really tight, so I think neglected quite a lot. It's then been leaking or something, and I've just decided just to ramp up the volume, which is cracked it right down. Chuck this on. Can't really get a very good view, like, but yeah, that's another route. Left the spanner under the car. Just nip this up. I'm just hand tightening it. I'm not getting none of that out. Right, just gonna go dump a litre of fresh, cheaper oil. This is the long life. And it's 5W, was it? 5W40 is 5W30, but it's for like, it was for a Ford. There's Jaguars and Volvos and things like that, but I ain't interested. I just want to use some, just to hopefully get rid of some of the crap that's kicking about. I'm not going to use much. I'll just leave that to run through a little bit longer. Dark straight away for the first half of the year. I'm on a pretty big angle, so I was hoping that when it goes down, it just goes and just sort of like, because there's going to be little corners where it's not going to get everything. Nothing I can do about it with the setup I've got at the minute. Right, 1.5 litres I've used for that once. Let that drain completely. And it's 5.4 litres. I'm going to double check though, not 100%. 5.4 litres. I need to go underneath and dig out the bolt, the nut, the bolt even for the drain, because it's a good idea. But then I dropped it. So it's not such a good idea. That's 4.5. Let's get that in. Let it run for 5 minutes, or even 2 minutes, and then I'll check the dip and stick some more in. Well, that's the service done. It just still seems to be doing that whine. Can't be turbo because it shouldn't do it when it's stationary. And in neutral, it's manual. It's got to be tensioner pulley. It's annoying. Take the other one off, send it back. I'm just going to Carly, get the old Carly in and zero the service. Right, so the mat sensor has arrived. What I'm going to do first, before I do anything else, is loosely fitted. Take the seat, put it in the car, plug it in, and let's just see what happens. It's a lot of that, really. Electrics aren't really my thing, and I don't know if I need to take it to a garage to zero the codes. Don't know if Carly can do it. My normal OBD won't do it, but Carly might, so we'll see. Just loosely, carefully, where it's kind of meant to go. Doesn't have to be exact. Doesn't come with any like sticky bits, but I'm just going to carefully feed it through. That's in. Right, let's plug that in down there. Right, that's in position. Let's just move that over there, keep it in. Doesn't come out. And let's move it down into the car. I'll be back. Avoid the doors, avoiding oil pans, avoiding bloody X5 bloody alloy tyres that are lying around as well. Don't want to drop it onto the fucking cable either. I can't see the cable. Right, okay. Just realised there I haven't actually plugged in this amp. I should have really plugged it in to where it was meant to go. Take the fucker out again. Right, it's reconnected. So let's just turn the key. Pray. I'd really like something to go right after the alternator issue. Mat sensor, as expected, needs to go to some BMW indie garage or something, because it needs to have like Insta or specialist, which is annoying. But I kind of think like I think it's been taken apart before, because it's been like color coded on the connections. If so, it's annoying, because it might be that one that I've got hanging up there might be alright. There is an indie garage, BMW specialist, that I will try after I tried my garage. See if I can get in and see if he will do it for me. We'll see. E93 off to the garage that did my tyres to get them to loosen the freaking bolts ridiculous like. And then I'm gonna return this alternator. I think I've misdiagnosed it. Still need to find out what that is. I need to get to my garage because I'm gonna ask him if he could take off the rear shock that I couldn't get the bolt off. Just can't get access, dodgy on a gradient like this. Had a few little panics it was just going to fall over, so yeah, do that. And nice and misty day, and go back and hopefully finish off that wheel and look into this hood again, because it's decided it doesn't want to work anymore. When I'm at the scrappies for the alternator, I'll see if they've got a motor. I'll also see if they've got a few of the little bits and pieces. Right, so credit note for the alternator. That's good. I'm going to use them again anyways. He didn't want to give me a refund because I worded what I said wrong. Anyway, credit note's fine. And even the garage that did the tyres struggled to get the two bolts off that ruined two of my sockets by another 17mm bloody socket, because both of them have been torn to shreds and snapped. Anyway, off to the garage to hopefully wipe these codes. I'm not holding my breath like, but we'll see how we go. Paint correction, it's been 48 hours. We had the run on this side, which I have managed to get rid of, but it's going to need a bit more. So I'll come back to that. The top, I'm just going straight in with the DA Wet Sand 2000. And you can see where it's been done. And obviously need to get my hand on these edges here, but nice and flat there, and you can just see the orange peel coming through there, so nice. Just going to do in sections, one section, two sections. So any runs I had, 800 grits, then I've done 1500 and 2000 with the DA wet all over, took the orange peel out, and then I've gone cutted with the mop on with aggressive compound. I have got a little run that I need to do again. I'm just going to get sandpaper onto that, get it down, but yeah, looks good. Not too bad. For an outside paint job anyway. And then it's just the bonnet that's got some orange peel on, so I'll get to that later. There we go. That's the back end all done. Just needs a polish now. Is ended. That is the last wheel. Caliper and wheels over there done. I need a lower arm because they're knocking. So I thought of that. I need two rear wheel bearings because I'm gonna have to get it done. It's too much. The roof I'm gonna look at tomorrow because it may just be a solder for the motor. This is nice and smooth. That's all done. That's done. Tomorrow I'll get on to the bonnet. I'll get that wet sanded. So roof and that. And then I'll tackle that freaking seat. Matte sensor did not work. I've been to the garage and he can't clear it. So there's obviously something else. It's probably like, well, it could be like a fractured wire, anything. Either way, it's doing my head in. Why do I always get electrical issues? Hood, passenger, bloody sensor mat. Nice wheel though. I'd much rather be painting wheels and painting cars than doing anything electric. I'm sure most people agree with that as well, to be honest. I've done everything the matte sensor forums and everything says, and sick as fuck. Time for a beer. Some beer in the shed to reopen. Look at my keyring. Lost my beer. I've lost my beer. Nightmare. The final wheel on. It's time to get this cleaned, prepped, and I'll start to getting the wet sanded, buffed out, looking lovely. Just got a bit of soapy water, gonna spray it all over, lube it up. Excuse the mess, I'm just sorting out all my sandpapers. I'm gonna find somewhere where I can put them all up somewhere. 2000, this should still be alright. I'm actually gonna go with 3000 because the bonnet isn't actually as bad as what the boot was. These are good. The liquid elements. Let's rock and roll. So 3000 grades wet. I'm gonna start lower. Stay away from the edge. I'll do that by hand. Turn it up a bit. Hey, you can see there when you've wiped it away. 3000's doing the job.
This bit's a lot flatter, and these bits here need a bit more work. That needs a bit more work. That's coming out on camera. Nice there. A bit more orange peel as you go further up. So this has been worked pretty good, because you don't want to take all of it out. So this is completely flat, because this isn't, OEM paint isn't exactly flat. Advantage of going with 3000 over 2000 is, you know, you're not going too low. A bit more when it dries. Just give it a good wipe. This is how I do it. This is maybe not the way you should do it. This is the way I do it. You can see the orange peel. It's really small orange peel, but you can feel it. So that needs more work. That's pretty good. That's all right, actually. But here, focus 2 areas. Smash some more. Once you do a sort of area, you kind of know how many passes you need to do on the rest of it, because you've literally just sprayed it yourself. You know how much clear coat's on there, so you know you can go up to like 10 passes on the same spot without going through a clear. Still got to be careful, like, but with the 3000 as well, I find it's a lot more. It takes a lot more, obviously, to get it off, but you're less likely to go through. You still see it's a bit patchy in places, but I'm just going to go around and feel it, just touch and see if there's any like spots that need it. And just crack open the cut next. It's going to take a while to cut it though. Fresh pad. Just a couple of passes on this. Just see how we are. There's where I stopped it. Let's see if this is. Did not need much at all. That's the advantage of doing 3000. That's the advantage of 3000. It's not going to take much to get them little scratches out. Happy days. That, I would say, pretty much. In fact, it looks like factory orange peel. That's good. Before and after. So about 3 passes with the heavy cut and the mop, and you turn your 3000 grit into that. Probably could do with another going over, actually. There's a little few spots, but they're always going to be that you're going to miss, and you just come back to them. It's going to need a polish afterwards, and it's going to come up well nice. And finally, polish stage. It's coming out nice. Get some better light, I'll get some better photos, but it's pretty good. Today's jobs include working out why the roof stopped working again. Intermittent seemed to be working, and now it's just totally stopped. You can see this has been replaced, or obviously this is where it's been tapped in case the motor's stuck. Let's see if we can see if there's like a break in the solder or battery is disconnected. Let's see how we go. So I've removed the top here, and when I took it off, this brush here was stuck back there. I'm hoping that's just the case that it wasn't connected, touching, sorry. If so, I'm just going to put some contact cleaner on there. So yeah, it was still sticking even after the contact cleaner. So what I've done is I've just shaved off a little bit of the top of that, which is with a screwdriver there, and now it's hard to do with one hand. Now it doesn't get stuck in position because it was getting stuck there, and now it's springing, and then this one springs. So hopefully that's that fixed. It's going to be a bit tricky trying to get that back onto there, because they actually need to be apart to go over. Let's work that out next. And what I'm going to have to do, because obviously they need to be open to be able to put it back on the spindle, and it's tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some fishing wire, run it round there when it's fully pulled back, and have it peeking out here, same as that side, and attempt to hold the fishing wire, then put it on while holding the fishing wire till it gets round, and then I should be able to just slide the fishing wire from each side and then reconnect it. That's the plan anyway. Actually just spotted the little hole. It goes through the housing for the brush, and there we go. It's obviously what you must have to do then. There we go, and that keeps it in place now. You see that? I just noticed those holes. I was going to wrap it around the very end of it, but don't need to. Days, that makes it a lot easier. And I swear to God, I did not Google that. I'm just thick. It's plain obvious that there's a hole there for that. Right, so now it's set up. There's enough space there to get this over Don't know if you can quite see that, like, over where it needs to go. I'll make sure they're lined up there. I'm trying to get the thing lined up properly. Right, that must be over now. And hopefully, if I just pull this out and then pull that one out, it pushes down. Yes! Success! Just an 8mm. We'll tighten this down. There we go. Hey. Pop it back where it's meant to go. And hope that's fixed it. I'm going to reconnect the battery, give it a shot. That's all we can do now. Be good. Honestly, be good. Yeah! Fucking get in! Buzzing. Oh, it's about time something went right for a change. Absolute class, man. So good. Yeah, I'm up and all the way down because it's about time we got a win. This is a happy face. So, Spain won't let you put it through the ITV if you've got tinted windows that haven't been homologated by an actual registered tint specialist in Spain. I was going to video while I did this, but it came off so easy that I missed it. It's kind of like sneezing, it's done, which means they were shite. So let's hope the other two come off just as easy. It looks a bit cleaner, less gangster as well. It's like the same as these black BMW badges. Not a fan really. I want to see how the budget goes because I'm going to potentially just get some out of BMW ones, match it to get some wheel emblems as well. It's black on the back as well. But he hasn't bothered changing the steering wheel one because it's a little bit more tricky probably. Anyway, let's get this one off. Here it goes. I'm going to put the lorry on today. Tell you what. Nailed the roof fix in 20 minutes. I have got to get the back window one off, which is going to be a little more tricky to get access to, but crack on. That's the tint's gone. Didn't even need that. So needs a bit of a clean on the inside. Less gangster, more classy. Obviously it's got the black wheels still. I think that's for the win actually. I think it does look better. Now we'll be able to get it through the ITV without failing. It's all about the job's done. Get in. Still a few to do. How many trims does it need in the back? That's only one side. Well, it's middle parts of the one side. Obviously, got the tray down there. Still got the other side to take out just to access the top of the bloody shocks. The matte sensor issue, looking more into it, could be dropping voltage. I've checked the battery health, so it's about 12.6 resting, which is fine. Charging's 14.8, which is good, which also means the alternator's working plus. But crank goes to like 9.4-ish, 9.5, and I have read that a drop like that can cause the SRS to bring up a fault. So I'm going to take the battery out, try and see if there's a date on it, because there's nowhere out at the minute that I can see that has a date. And I can't see, well I can now actually because I've removed that. It's a 95 amp hour. I don't know if that's a bigger battery than what was registered to it because I was on the Harley. So I'll get it out and I'll see how old it is. And if it's like a few years old, I'm going to have to put a new one in, register the new battery and then try and clear the codes just to avoid having to go to this indie garage because it is just an idea, that's the thing. But if I can get him to just try and clear it straight away, once I've sorted out this battery issue, then we could be in business. Because apparently it's not the matte sensor and the wiring seems to be fine because it comes up as soon as you put the key in and it's not after the crank, which is when the system's checked all this. So if it's coming on straight away, it means it's hard log and it's not looking for it anymore. So at some point the battery's dropped low, or every time you crank it, it drops below that threshold of 10 volts, meaning that it's flying up that trigger, which it's never going to clear itself. So fix the battery problem, then get it cleared, is what I'm thinking. Battery is a 740 95. The 95 is actually higher than what's spec'd. It's absolutely fine, 95. Higher the better. But 740 is the bare minimum, they say, is 800 for these. 800 to 900 crank amps. So it's just totally low on cranking, so every time it cranks it's going to be too low. So I need to get myself a battery that's got as much cranking amps as possible. Just put that in, register it. I can do that with Carly, or what I might do, buy the battery, refit that one, take it to this indie garage and say, look, I've got the battery there ready, I just need the battery put in, registered, let him do it, and then he can clear the codes in the correct order. So now, should I rebuild the chair? Because if it's not matte sensor, I think I might just rebuild the chair now and put it all back together. So it's, while the battery's out anyway, because the battery needs to be out while I do that. Because, yeah, it needs all this put back together, bolted back down. Then it means that I can literally go there, and if I get the battery in the boot and it's ready to go, and you can just switch over, clear, hopefully anyway. How easy these are to take off, all your little metal trims, even the ones by the vents. With the vents, I just use my fingers and it just popped. 5, and then once you've got all the way up to here, you need to release these two and unplug the start stop. Same as this one, little pry tool in there. Just be careful because the metal bit on this trim is soft and it will bend, but it's quite easy to bend back in. All the sides and the back as well, so I've got the back ones off and that one off, and I'm doing this bit here as well. I'm not going to do centre console, so I'll just show you how these remove. It's quite straightforward. Once you've got it off here, you've got 2 screws on either side, one here and one here, although one of them's fallen out. Find that in a minute. Then you've got tabs that run all the way along here on the outside. You just lift these up one by one going along. Once you've got one on, lift the next and it'll all come off, and then you'll end up with the tabs on this side, and you just shimmy it a little bit, lift this side, and it'll all come off. The start stop button's dead straightforward. You got squeeze and push, and that's done. So I've degreased these and just waiting for the vinyl to arrive. Trying to get shit done. Amazon again, man. So I paid for next day between 7 AM and 1 PM. At 1:45, got a message. Your parcel has been delayed. It's the 16th. Right? Today is the 16th. Your parcel has been delayed. It'll be with you sometime before the 21st. I'm like, are you fucking taking the piss? Amazon Prime. Honestly, they're useless. They always say the next day, the ones I normally order. And it's rarely next day. Even if you order it like 7 o'clock in the morning, you're not going to get it next day. Chances. This time is really took the piss because they've actually given us a specific slot. And they're going to be an extra week. I'm like, talking to them, I'm like, where is it? He says, oh, we left the couriers, we can't really tell you, I'm not sure. Either you know where it is or you don't know where it is. Simple. Take the piss, man. Useless. So these ain't getting trimmed up today. The rear fog light has gone Poland, Lithuania, Germany, France, into Spain, down to Valencia, all the way back up to Madrid, and then down to Alicante. Well, Valencia and Alicante are about an hour and a bit away from each other, and they've got all the way to Madrid to then come all the way back down and then come to me, and it's taken 2 weeks. I don't know. I can't remember when I ordered it. It was that long ago. Do not select DPD because they're the worst ones. Fuck me, honestly. You get sniffles. So that's about 8:30 at night. My replacement lens, this is the old one, arrived. Definitely in better shape. Don't know if the pictures will bring that out, but you can see. First time lining it up. See, these side lights, like the actual main rear lights, were considerably better, even on this side, than that side. So this one is actually in better nick than that one. Anyway, I'm going to get this plugged in, make sure it works, and then I'm going to use this one as a test, see if I can like 2000, 3000 grit, and then polish it up, cut it, polish it, and see if I can get that one looking brand new. And then I will, if that works, it should, don't see why it shouldn't, and if that works, do it to these two, they match the main lights. See if it works. Yeah, happy days. Let's get this fogged off so you can see the brightness. Yeah, that's good. Happy days. Ticking boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this, which I use for scuffing up my clear coat. I'm going to go sideways, just take off the worst of it. Just going to do this top half with this bit and see how we go. Like that, and then I'm going to go up to, don't know, 1000. It's only a test really, so it doesn't really matter what I use, but I'm using an old 800, which is probably more like 1000 now, so let's just put a bit of soap on there. Let's see if I can get this looking new, so that's 800. Wipe. Okay, let's jump up again. It seems to be taking the scratches out. Wipe. Okay. Let's get
the bag out.
Just want to be using my park side. Let's get the park side. Let's get this off. And I'm going to use this heavy cut. See how this speed am I on. Now what I'll do is I'll go all the way down to the bottom. So this bit would have been cut and sanded. This bit would just be polished. And then this bit will be untouched. So we'll see what will come out like. Right, let's get it in some good light. Good enough light. Let's have a look. So we've got sanded and polished side up here, just polished side here, and untouched on that left of that line. Oh, well, it's definitely an improvement. You can see that compared to that. And you can see the haziness at the bottom where it hasn't been sanded. That's hazy all over that top part. And I haven't done it for long. To be honest, I could probably go at it for another 10 minutes, but it's taken me 5 minutes to get it like that. So it's definitely an improvement. The car's not parked in the best place to show you here, but that match there is much better than that match. So this is the old one and that's the new one. Old one matches the width. So whether this side needs doing as well, I don't think that one's as bad. You can see it very much so from here, how dull it is and how much brighter that one is. A couple of passes with the 1200. Just getting there. Let's get the cut on it now actually. See how we are. See, it's just getting a bit hazy there. It's drying off. Let's dry this surrounding area. It's been raining, unfortunately. Not going to be able to do much. That's it done there. Let's do the cut. Let's go and get a torch. I'll show. It's really good. I don't know if it comes out here as good as it will in real life. This compound off. Grab the torch. Let's look at the other side. Dry it off. Push, push, push. I think the other side's actually absolutely fine.
There you go, dead easy, straightforward. I did this with this is probably like a 600, and then 800, which was nearer 1,000 because it was an old one, and then 1,200, which was probably close to 15 because it was an old one. And I did that on this part, and it came out absolutely fine. This was in rough condition anyway. Good, bad. But when I went onto the new light, I just jumped straight up to 1,200. Wet sanded 1,200 and used the trusty park side with a heavy cut, and jobs are good. When it's nice and shiny, I'll park it in the sun and we'll make sure that it looks uniformed on both sides. But it's raining and it's Saturday and I don't think I'm going to get anything else done today, and it's only 10 o'clock in the morning, if that. In a bit.